Hey guys, it's Bahan from Reading Web Agency here, and a question I get a lot is, how do I start my own business? And the answer is, I don't really know the answer to that question. I can't answer it for you. I think starting a business for everyone is a very personal journey, and everyone has their own reasons. The main reason is that people think that a business is a vehicle for them to escape their 9 to 5 corporate job. They don't want to work in an office anymore for 8 hours a day or whatever it is, and they romanticize this idea of being their own masters. And that's why I started business. However, what I want to say is, while I can't directly help you, what I can do is just tell you my own story, how I started my own business. And if you find that helpful, then maybe it will stir a few little ideas in your own head about how you can start your own business. So, how did I start my business? Well, I had this idea that I wanted to sell websites. And that's because I saw someone online saying that they made a ton of money from freelancing as a web developer. And, you can do the same thing too if you just understand a few basic principles. So I thought, here's a proven model of, making money through selling websites. I had no real reason to want to sell websites. And I thought, you know what, it's easy enough. So let me give it a go. So when I started out, I had no reputation and I had no web development skills. But I did have a bit of time and I did have some experience working in the tech industry. And I used that to my advantage because when I built my websites, I didn't have to rely on things like WordPress. I could build websites a lot more quickly and a lot more robustly and a lot more safely using my own skill set that I had gained over 8 years in coding. However, that doesn't really matter because when you have no reputation and you have no network, no one's gonna actually buy from you because they don't trust you. So what I did is I started giving out websites for free. And this achieved two things really. It meant that I had a portfolio of projects, but more importantly than that, it got my foot in the door. When I would approach business owners, sometimes I would call them up. They would leave a leaflet through my door and I'd call them up and I'd say, hey, listen, I'm going to build you a free website. Are you okay with that? It gave me a foot in the door. It meant that they became my advocates and they were so grateful when I gave them these websites that they would recommend me to their friends and their family, etc., etc. And I'm eternally grateful for that. But when you give out something for free and you genuinely, put your heart and soul into it and you give people a good service, a good product, they're going to want to reciprocate. And it's a nice feeling, it's like, in one way, I get a portfolio project, and in another way, I expose myself to a larger network of other business owners. So how did I give out websites for free? Well, like I said, I phoned local businesses up, and also my friend owned a local cafe, so I built him a website as well. So through those networks, I was able to expand my reach. Because here's the secret, right? If I send you a cold email and I say, hey, listen, I sell websites, you're going to probably not be that interested. You don't know who I am. You don't trust me. However, if you hear about me through word of mouth, then you're going to trust me a lot more and you're more likely to do business with me. So eventually I started charging for websites and I actually did start cold calling in the start. But because my service was so good, the word of mouth really started to kick things off. And, that's how I get a lot of my customers today is through word of mouth. And as I was building more and more websites, I realized that every business owner really what they wanted was more customers. So that's when I leaned into marketing. I learned about things like SEO and copywriting. And, that's what I'm doing here right now is I'm marketing my own business by providing a video. So that's where I am now. And, let's see where I go on this journey. But if you ever ask me, how can I start my own business? Then I'm just going to send you this video again. So like I say, good luck to everyone out there trying to start their own business. If I was to summarize this video, what I would say is Find something genuinely useful and helpful that you can do to help someone. Give that thing away for free. Put your heart and soul into every single thing that you do. And what will happen is you'll start to build your network. So focus on building your network first and building out your service first, and the rest will follow. So good luck, and I'll see you in the next one.